Can you update us? You said last we talked to you, locker room, said going to take a couple days. Without getting real personal, what were those 2 days like? Did you paint? Did you go on the water? What did you do to get away and then recharge for today?
What did I do? Sunday I did lots of weeding in the yard. I actually did. Trying to fight that horsetail. It's vicious. Then my mom came over. She brought me a birthday cake, which was lovely. So we had coffee and cake. And then we went to a nice dinner. We went to Seabird, which is a restaurant on the island, seafood, and very, very good. So we enjoyed that. And then on Sunday, I knocked out a tile that needed to get taken out. And then I did art for about 6 hours. So no soccer, nothing. And then now we're back at it. So I felt refreshed mentally and itching to get back to the field and have a good training session. So it was good.
As a captain, you park your car, you walk into the practice facility. What's on your mind in terms of you leading and also being a leader by example, maybe having to say something or not having to say something?
Yeah, I think that it has to be a given for. Honestly, I think for any professional, you should lead by example. You can. Otherwise, there's no space to talk. Right? It's always counterproductive. If you're the one opening your mouth, but you're not backing it up, it's counterproductive. Actually, and I think it's going to turn people off. So that always has to be the foundation. And I try to do that. You're not always going to be successful. You always you make mistakes, but can you be hungry to eliminate everything and do everything to the best of your ability? I try to do that. I try to see if some of that feeds off on people. I felt guys were hungry today as well. Ultimately, it has to come from within, And as you go through the ranks of making it to a professional, you hope that the higher you get, the more that's a given. But sometimes it's not. Different people operate differently, and so that's my job then to try to maybe light a little bit of fire under someone's butt. We had a good chat today as a team about how we feel as players and what we want to do and how we want to do it. And I thought training was good today, so we're off on the right track.
Was that a player-only meeting?
Yeah.
Being able to meet your teammates where they're at in terms of motivation, in terms of dedication, is something that's the balance of professional sports. How do you, as a professional, especially with the length of time that you spent on this league, help your teammates understand the ebb and flows of not only the season, but some of the changes that come about when results aren't coming?
Yeah, I think we've always tried to keep people even keel, keep the highs low and the lows, try to get out of them and stay positive and stay high, because the season is long and you cannot be too emotional. The season is draining as it is, so if you become too emotional and you go on that roller coaster, it's even more taxing. So I think we've always had a decent amount of players that have had that experience already, so that helps to make sure that I think the majority of the squad has that sense. Having said that, it's also it's a business. It's a business, and we're getting paid to perform and to achieve certain things. And when that doesn't happen, then there is a change on the horizon. And the question is, how bad do you want to stay here? How much do you want to do? Even if you do everything, sometimes that's just the nature of it, and you may not be required anymore or whatever it is. And so guys need to be aware of that. That's hard to teach young guys that come in. I think it takes a few cycles of them realizing that, damn, this guy's gone. You can't teach him. By the way, you could be out of a job in a couple of weeks. That just you have to experience that and realize that this is a privilege, and you need to do everything you can to keep it going.
On that point of it being a business, looking past this game, Javier Arriaga traded to New England. What has he meant for you, as a center back right in front of you for the last 5 years?
Yeah, I remember Javi for first and foremost, I think success. We were able to achieve quite a few good things with him as part of our squad, and something I think he should be proud of personally, but we should be proud of whoever shared in that success. So that's the first thing. Second, kind of a, sometimes it's a numbers game too, right? You have a lot of center backs, and you may have some other pressing needs. Again, that's just the nature of the business. He's a good player, and maybe a fresh start for him is something that it will be good for him. He's more than capable to step in any team and become a starter and be a good starter at that. He's also he was a fun guy in the locker room. Kept it light. He was easy to make fun of, and he took it really well. And sometimes you need a guy like that it's a bit of a punching bag, but it's all in good jest. It's not serious. It's one of the guys, and he can lighten the mood. And so he's going to be missed in that aspect. But we wish him all the best. And again, I want to remember him for all the good things he's done.
So then, Nathan, what have you seen so far from him? How is he in the locker room? How is he integrated so far?
Nathan's also a funny guy. He had a couple of fines that came his way because he was got megged in those small-sided games or whatever it was, and he owed, I think, $150, and so he opened a little garage sale in his locker and asked for donations. So I think he's on the right track of trying to, again, when things are going difficult, you still need to stay balanced. You cannot have bad results that are depressing and knock you down, and then on top of that everything is serious and you're finding no more joy. It makes it harder. So you need to have people who are upbeat, who are still making it a joy to come out here to train, and that's what motivates you to then give it your all and find a way out of the hole. So he's brought that thing or that side of him already, and he's a good player. I think he's technically quite good. He's very aggressive. We're going to need our depth. We had a surplus of center backs, I think, but we're going to need it in the next few months. So I'm sure we'll see more of them on the pitch.
What goes through your mind when it seems that you guys have had a decade of success and so many of those pillars and co-stellar players are gone, the Loderos and the Will Bruins, and now Javi, you're still here. What goes through your mind when you kind of see that switch to a whole new era?
That's how it is. That's how it goes. It's a matter of trying to ease those transitions and maybe instill some of the things into the younger generations that we felt we did well and allowed us to have success, and having that be the backbone of their journeys and what they think it may take to have success. Having said that, I think you always need that mix. You always need that mix of guys who know it and have been there, and new guys who don't have a clue, who are not afraid yet, who are just blue, and are ready just to kind of jump in. I think we've had that throughout the years, even when we were blessed with lots of veterans like Ozzy, and I remember, when I joined the team first, the new guys weren't exactly rookies. Chad Marshall was coming in, I was coming in, we had Marco Papa coming back. Those were some senior players, I would say, not exactly rookies, but so yeah, that's how I view it. I think can you maybe pass on some knowledge, and then also maybe feed off of that hunger a little bit that young guys have, and that competition that they bring, and that maybe sometimes that swagger that they have. Feed off of that a little bit yourself.
How typical is a players-only meeting like you had today?
You guys are really looking into this, huh? I don't know. You'd have to ask other teams.
For you guys,
we thought it was important for us to check in and have a talk amongst ourselves and be able to speak and hear everybody, and wanting to hear different opinions, not just veterans. Sometimes when you talk, it's captains, it's seniors. I'm interested in hearing from a guy who's only been here for a few months, who has a different set of views and eyes on things. And so from that standpoint, I think he was good. We heard from young guys, we heard from old guys, and I think we know that I think we knew this before, but a meeting like that still tells you that we're strong together. We are together. You know, I saw some things online about people not standing up for each other, about Joao getting fouled and then me getting fouled and nobody. It's a bunch of sorry. That's just people saying stupid stuff. They have no idea what they're talking about. Our locker room is strong. We're together, and you have no clue because you're not in there. So you need to relax with that. But it's good to have a meeting like that to reassure yourself that, hey, I got you, you got me. If I need a little more out of you, it comes from a good place, because I believe in you and I see more in you, and that's what I do.
And I'm not trying to make more of it than there is, but I'm just curious. Is this something that happens is it a regular check-in? Is this something that happened last year, or I'm just saying within your group, is this something that you?
I think this happened at least once a year, every.
Okay.
You know, there's always spells where you want to check in with your teammates and see how people are feeling. I think it's actually healthy even when you're doing great. You know, because you wanna see how people are feeling, and also again why we think we're doing well. So hopefully we can have another meeting like that on the more positive side down the road. But I was happy having a chance to check in. It wasn't just me checking in; it was everybody checking on each other. This isn't a captain thing; this is a team thing. So it's good.
I mean, when it comes to that leadership aspect and, you know, what you're talking about, whether it's moments in field or not, it all comes down kind of from the way kind of the games have played out in terms of in Dallas, there was a little bit of lack of aggression. In this one, lack of composure. And it seems like this meeting comes in at a perfect time. Did any of those moments had anything to do with triggering this meeting, or you just decided to kind of go with it?
I mean, honestly, I think we've been training really well for, I would say, a good 2.5, 3 weeks. We've been training. We've been training at a higher level, and so I think it's frustrating when then we're not getting rewarded on the weekend for it, and we're not finding the 3 points that we're so desperately looking for. So it's important to make sure that doesn't now change how we train. In fact, that it just goes the other way. It just keeps going the same way, or we find even another level. Because when, you know, everybody tries to find solutions, but I think solutions are actually in the simple things, in the basic things, and those are the things you need to focus on, because those are usually the ones you can actually focus on, right? It sounds really silly, but I cannot control a lot of things on our offense, but I can control how I play the ball to Jamar. If it's a firm ball, if it's one with purpose to his right foot and with an intent to do something with it, and a clear message of what I want him to do with. So those are all really small details that I can actually focus on a Monday or on a Tuesday on out here with him, with every other player. I can demand from my teammates. And those are very basic things, but you multiply that to how many passes is there a game? What were you guys telling me, 400 or 500? What is it?
Something in there.
Something in there, okay. Well, so that has a magnitude, right? And I'm just talking about passing. We're talking about a lot of other things too: body language, defending, helping each other out, seizing the opportunity when you see someone making a mistake, as instead of deflating, it's like, oh no, here's my chance to bail out a teammate, right? You got to be excited almost for, oh, he made a mistake, I'm there. I want to be the one to help him out. So those are the basic things that I'm talking about, when you can instill those and you can work on those every day. And I think we're going to focus on that, because when someone just says, what's not working, it's really hard to find an answer that gives you, oh, if we would have just done this, that's the end of it, right? But I think if we collectively just focus on our basics and get our basics better, that can give us an extra bump, because I don't think we're too far off either, to be fair. So yeah, that's my rant.